Hi and welcome to another video for year 7 math. So still under the topic statistics, but right now you are going to do what we call data representation. Now, last time you did what we do as recording the data, but this one you are going to represent the data by any means that you have seen previously, commonly used in statistics. So the first one is going to be pictogram. So pictogram will uses pictures or symbols to represent data. So you will have what we call key, and this key is what we call the frequency. All right, so let's see over here. This is starter. And this one is an example for a pictogram. It uses pictures or symbols to represent data. So each picture or symbols, it stands for a certain number. So for example, here, when you read, this one is the title. Of course, you have to have the title to tell you what is represented in this particular pictogram. And you can see here, these are the group of data over here. So for Ali, Brandon, Charles, and Daud, and they own how many pens. So you have to also look at what we call the key. So the key here will tell you what each picture means. So here, for example, for Ali, you see 3 symbols. So this one symbol represents 2 pens. So you can count here 2, 4, and 6, and you will do the same thing for the rest of the picture. Now, one thing that is kind of visible or different in this picture is that you sometimes will have incomplete picture like this. So this one, this is actually a half of what you see from the key. So here you can say that this picture represents 1 pen, because here a full picture represents 2 pens. So a half of the picture will be 1 pen. So now let's answer how to interpret the pictogram that you have here. So Ali here, you have 3 complete pictures. So you will say Ali has 6 pens. Okay, and then you see Brandon here, he has 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So Brandon has 10 pens. Charles have 2 complete pictures, so 2 times 2 is 4. And Daud has 1, 2, 3 and a half pictures or symbols. So this is 2, 4, 6 plus 1. So it is 7 pens. Okay, so that's for this kind of example. Okay, let's move on to the next example. So complete the frequency table for the data from the starter question. Now the starter question here I've already completed in the beginning, so you just have to write the frequency. 7 is for blue, 3 is for green, and 5 is for red. So just complete this one first. So 7 for blue, 3 for green, and 5 for red. Okay, the next one is here, complete the pictogram for the above data. So here you are given some sort of like table, but this is for pictogram. And previously I have pointed out that a pictogram will have a title. So you notice that the title is missing over here. So what we're going to do is here, this is telling you about the title will be a favorite color of students, right? Favorite color of students, right? So here I have provided you with the key. So here, let's say we can use a smiley over here to represent, let's say this is representing the frequency is the number of students. So I can say I can use let's say 2 students, right? So what you're going to do is you have to take note that every number here is odd number, so you will use a half of the picture to represent 1 student. So for blue you have 7, and you have to draw 3 first. 1, 2, 3. This represents 6. So what you have to do here is 3 complete pictures, and one of them will be half of it, because here a complete picture represents 2 students, so half of it will be 1 student. Okay, for the next one is green. So green, 3 students, so it is going to be 1 complete picture for 2 plus half of it to represent 1. And last but not least, for red, he has 5, so you will have to use 2 plus 1. So 1 complete picture for 2, another complete picture for another 2, and another half picture to represent half. So here you are, you have a complete pictogram for this example. Now next, let's move on to another example here. So the following pictogram shows the number of goals scored by 5 teams during the last soccer season. So here the number of goals, and you have the, usually see horizontal pictogram, but here you have a vertical pictogram. So what you're going to do is to read the key first. So here, one full circle represents 8 goals. So here you can see there's a part that has a quarter, and some part has half of it, and some parts have 3/4. So here you can say that when you split them up into 4 parts, so one small part here represents 8 divided by 4, it will be 2. So let's decipher what each team has scored. So let's see here, the team A, you have 2 complete circles. So here 8 plus 8, I will write down 16. And then next one here, you have 8 plus 2. So 8 plus 2 is 10. And then team C has half of the picture. So half of 8 is 4. Next one here, you have 8 goals plus 2 plus 2 plus 6, because 3 out of 4 of 6 will be 3 out of 4, 8 will be 6. So here 8 plus 6 will be 14. And last but not least here, 2, 4, 6. So you have 6 goals from team E. Okay, let's answer the following questions. Okay, how many goals were scored by team B? So here you just have to look at what you have in team B. So you have 10, right? So the answer for 1 is 10 goals. Okay, so that's the first one. Okay, B, which team scored the most goals? So here you have to find out which team scores the most. So here the maximum or the highest number you see is 16. So this belongs to team A. Okay. All right. Next. Part C. How many more goals did team D scored compared to team E? So here, how many more means you have to find the difference. So the difference is 14 minus 6. So 1 to 4, 6, it is 8 more goals. Okay. And next one is find the ratio of the number of goals scored by team B to that scored by team D. So you have to find out the numbers for each team. So team B will be 10. Okay, just do here 10. And then the is to team D 14. So this is the ratio, but you haven't simplified yet. So what I'm going to do is to divide this by 2. So when I divide this by 2, right, the ratio will be 5:7. So your answer for C is going to be 5:7. And last but not least, D. No, this is D. Sorry. Here, this is D. And then lastly, E. What percentage of the total number of goals did team E score? So what we're going to do here is to find out, for team E, you have 6 goals, but the total for all of the team will be 16 plus 10 plus 4 plus 14 plus 6. So here it will be 16 plus 4, 20 plus 10 is 30. 30 plus 20 is 50 goals. So you have a total for all of them. So what we're going to do here is that to find the percentage of the team E, you have to form a fraction for team E. So for team E, it is 6 goals over total goal. So this is a fraction for team E, and you have to multiply this by 100%. So what you're going to do is divide 50, 100 by 50 will be 2. So the answer will be 12% of the total number of goals for team E. Right, so yeah, here you have it. You have done both representation, drawing pictogram, and you also interpret the data based on a given pictogram. Okay, so I think that's it. Thank you very much and see you again.